I'm extremely proud of these guys. To come off that, the loss last night, what we did, the effort we put, guys playing major minutes, it took the entire group. We'd always talk about by committee, but these guys really showed it, and that's what we just said. Mo playing his first back-to-back, Wendell coming up with those big rebounds down the stretch, but everybody just contributed. I thought Anthony Black's defense was big time at times, being able to sit down and guard guys. Again, everybody contributed, and that's what this group, continues to show and will continue to do. Yeah, I mean, you cannot say enough about Desmond Bane. He is just a flat-out winner. That's it. Like, he's going to find a way no matter what. Beat up, banged up, it doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to will his team to a win, and that's just what he brings to this group, the toughness, the focus, making shots, getting downhill, all those little things within the game. He's making the right plays.
Bring in a guy like that, you're obviously hoping that how much, locker room wise, tangible wise, is he even better than that?
I've said it from the beginning, and we continue to say it. He has proven to be more than just what he brings to the court. It's worth every piece. The way he takes care of these guys, the way he communicates, the way his toughness represents our locker room. And the court is one thing, but everything he is as a leader, as a man with this group is just gigantic, and that feeds into the rest of the group with who he is.
You know how hard it is to win in this league, but from a mental standpoint, tough loss, being in another close game,
Yeah.
how much is your group growing in that area and showing that?
I mean, we got a lot to learn. You talk about giving up 22 rebounds last night, or offensive rebounds tonight. They had 9. Ability to finish the possessions out, and that's the difference in the game. Now, obviously, Mathurin had a shot at the end, similar to last night. So our ability to continue to grow and learn from that is going to be key. We'll sit down, we'll watch these end-of-game scenarios because we're going to be in a lot of these, and our guys we got to keep learning, how we continue to improve in these scenarios because, like I said, we're going to be in a lot of these.
Coach. Hey, Coach. Sorry. Hey, Coach, can you talk about Tristan for a second and his growth since last season and, starting, coming off the bench, the mental adjustment that he had to make?
Yeah, I thought Tristan was really good for us tonight. I think, last night, didn't necessarily shoot the ball well, but then comes back and responds, big for us tonight, was sitting down and taking defensive matchups on. And it's not easy for him because he has been bumped in the starting lineup, then bumped out, and then been injured. And so all those things play a factor, but he's done a great job of staying the course, continue to put in the work, and he's grown, and these guys really respond to him when he's on the floor.
Coach, how do you build off this win?
Yeah, we got the Lakers, on Tuesday. I think it's very important that we just get our rest more than anything. That's 2 tough games, 2 physical teams with a lot of minutes played by these guys. So we just make sure that we get our rest, recover, and this is a building block for our guys. The chemistry, the camaraderie. You hear the locker room in there, understand how hard this game was, but our ability to stay the course no matter what.
Thanks, Coach. You got a lot of guys, a lot of minutes last night. For your group to come up with a hard-fought win tonight and respond, how big is that for your group?
I think it's huge. Last night was emotional. Double overtime game, lose at the buzzer. I was telling some of the guys, like I remember last year in Memphis, we lost 3 games in a row like that, and it kind of felt like that was like the backbreaker of our season just because it's so emotional and, you're right there, but you come out with a loss. So I'm really proud of our group. Thought we did it the way we wanted to do it too, imposing our will, sitting down and guarding. So it was good to see.
As you look at the streak that you're on now, personally, what do you feel you're doing really well, and how do you feel the team's growing and finding you in situations that work for you?
Yeah, I just think it's chemistry. I was a new piece being added to the team, and we got Anthony Black who stepped up and playing a different type of role this year. So I think everything just kind of takes time, But I feel like I'm in a good spot, trusting my work and just playing hard.
Yes, man. How would you describe the team's defensive stops down in the last 4 or 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think that we were talking. I think we were physical. Wendell coming down with huge rebounds. That was kind of the backbreaker for us in Phoenix. Just couldn't finish possessions, but I thought that we did a great job of finishing possessions today and, got the stops when it mattered.
As you know how hard it is to win on a road trip, especially one on a different coast. For you guys to come away with 2 of the first 3, how big of a momentum builder is that after the All-Star break?
I think it's huge. I mean, going into the All-Star break, we were 3-1, so I mean, I think that we're trending in the right direction. We're playing better basketball, playing together, playing physical, getting back to a little bit of our defensive identity, and soon Jay Suggs will be back in the fold. We'll be able to get Boog back in the fold. So I like the way that we're trending. You want to be playing your best basketball headed into the back half of the season. So I like where we're at.
Thanks, Des.
Appreciate
After a heartbreaking loss the night before where a lot of guys logged a lot of minutes, the next game can go a lot of different ways. For your guys to step up in a hard-fought game and respond the way you did, what is it you feel that says about your group?
We're resilient. Like you said, we had every excuse in the world after playing a double overtime game last night. Could have came in and said we were tired, body sore, whatever the case may have been. But we dug deep, and now that's a standard for us. We understand that now we can do it. I mean, I think that's a good and a bad thing. Like we can't use that as an excuse anymore. So especially against a team like the Clippers, a well-coached team. So we just moving forward. We just have a new standard for sure.
You look, you don't know a guy until you play with him. Getting to play with Des over the course of the season, what have you learned about him and his ability to continue elevate his way of play over these last couple of games?
He reminds me of a lot of older guys in this league. Guys who have established themselves and have a mindset of he's going to play his game no matter what. His process is going to remain the same. Early on, he was struggling a little bit, but one thing about it, he stuck to what he knows he's good at. And, now we're seeing the benefits of what, trading for a guy like that does. So, his continued elevation just shows, he's one of the best in this league in terms of, his position, shooting the 3-ball, getting downhill, facilitating, playmaking. Like, he's exactly what we need. So, he's one of those guys, ever since that Portland game, that's kind of when the trend, the needle just started to go up, and, he's continuing to climb.
How tough does Kawhi make it, especially down the stretch, and how imperative is it in those situations to try to get the ball out of his hands as you guys kind of were able to do over some of those last stretch?
Kawhi, especially as of late, is probably the best player in this league. He gets to his spots whenever he wants to. Very calm, very collective. He's never feels like he's rushed or sped up at all. Very solid defensively, can guard most guys on the court. So, he's one of those guys you try to just contain throughout the game, make it tough, make every look for him tough, and then late game like we did, try to get the ball out of his hand, make someone else beat us. So I think we did a really good job of that late down the stretch, and it's definitely something we can learn from going forward.
How would you describe this win for your ball club in terms of being a momentum builder?
What?
Momentum builder.
We've had a lot of roller coaster ups and downs throughout this year. Coming into this West Coast swing, our last West Coast swing of the season. After All-Star break, I think it's something that we need. Knowing where we're at in the standings, injuries, guys in and out of the lineup. Like, I think a game like tonight just gives us a little bit more confidence, going into the next game and then getting back home for our homestand. I think it's just important to steal as many games as possible, especially on the road, and especially against the West Coast team where offense is they say offense is much better on the West Coast. So I think this is going to push us even more to our standard goal. Our standard will continue to rise, and we continue to do a better job going forward.